When you want to go see a king from the earth, and let's say it's a noble king, a beatific king from the earth, they don't allow you into the presence of that king without going to a protocol office. That protocol office will give to you the protocols and etiquettes of how are you to approach this king, so that one, not to insult and embarrass yourself and humiliate yourself in the presence of the king, and most important is not to insult or humiliate the king. So everything in the physical world has its example of what we should be following for the spiritual world. Anyone who wants to love the Divine, the King of creation, Allah, the Supreme King, Rabbi al-A'la, the Most High Authority, there's a protocol by one whom talks too much about and calls people directly to is cutting out the protocol, cutting out the etiquette, cutting out the character, cutting out everything that is beatific to the king. And as a result of circumventing or cutting out this protocol, what happens? There's a high likelihood of entering into the presence of the king and being rejected, entering into the presence of the king and acting in a inappropriate and humiliating fashion. And the likelihood is very high, considering when we look around us and we think to the left and to the right of us, to ourselves and people that we know, do you think really that they could stand before Allah right now and not do something humiliating and insulting and degrading and incorrect? And we see it in the earth, we most definitely should see within ourselves all of these deficiencies. So then what leads us to think that tomorrow right now I can go directly into Allah's presence, and that's all that's important and that's all that should be focused on. That's arrogance, that character is arrogance. When somebody thinks like that, you step back and ask them that, you really think that you could do that? If Allah said, tomorrow I'm giving you an audience, you think the likelihood of you doing something and saying something embarrassing, inappropriate, the wrong character, the wrong understanding? And the one whom says, no, I don't think any of that, is clearly from a satanic understanding where they don't have humility, and lack of humility is the entrance into pride and arrogance. And as a result, what Allah has then ordained for us